Hi everybody, welcome back to Slone Stitches. If you're new here, my name is Jess. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and this is my channel about cross stitching. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. How are you? It's been a heck of a last couple weeks. It's gonna be a doozy of a video today. Please get a drink, a snack, and watch it in segments if you have to. I have a feeling this is going to be a very long video. I have all of my regular updates to share with you, a couple of finishes, and a big old StitchCon recap. I just broke out of the StitchCon bubble yesterday after a lovely long weekend, and I'll talk a lot about that later. And I also have a giveaway later, so stay tuned for that. But we're going to get right into it because it is going to be a doozy of a video. And I'm going to go ahead and give a warning. There are 3 cats in this room right now. 2 of them hate each other, and I don't know why they're in here. So if you hear any commotions, they're just working out their differences. But we're going to get right into it. So I was at StitchCon Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Did not go Sunday. I'm local, lucky enough to be local to Keepsakes and to StitchCon. So super easy for me to get there and back. Took Sunday off. I really didn't have much of a voice yesterday. I don't have the best voice today, but we're going to get through it. Yesterday, I spent several hours sorting through all of my goodies from StitchCon and picking out the ones that I wanted to show to you and getting this video fleshed out. And I'm so excited to share everything with you. And I wanted to really quick give a couple of shout outs to a couple of Flosstubers that I pretty much binge watched yesterday while I was prepping everything. And those Flosstubers are Megan from Stitching Moon and Eli from Thick Threads. I caught up on Megan's videos and watched Eli from start to most recent. I had his videos in my watch later playlist for several weeks now, and finally buckled down and spent the time watching him and spending time with him yesterday. So both of them are amazing. I'll link them below. You should definitely go check them out. Megan had shouted me out 2 videos ago, which was so sweet, and I was so honored. I'll tell you what, if you want a floss tube with an amazing backdrop, you need to watch Megan. She lives in Norway, and just go watch. Just go watch. So thank you to the 2 of them for spending time with me yesterday without their knowledge while I prepped this video. It really made it go a lot faster than I thought it was going to go. My life updates are all StitchCon. This past couple weeks has been all about StitchCon prep, all about going to StitchCon, but I did take a break this past Wednesday to go to my normal monthly stitching group with my friends, and this was our friend Maureen's last meeting with us. She is moving away to a different state, and we're all going to miss her very much, and she was our founding member. She's the one who actually reached out to Pam and Steph of Just Keep Stitching when they were doing their Stitch Harmony segment and asked for friends after StitchCon 2 years ago. So it's been 2 years that we've had our group together now, and we've added some members along the way. And we were all able to make it Wednesday night, which was great. And I'll pop a picture in here that we had one of the Pensiero employees take for us to commemorate our last time stitching all together as a group when we all live here. We know she'll be back to visit family, so we're hoping to get together with her when she's back, but we will miss her. So Maureen, if you're watching, we'll miss you. Have safe travels to your new home, and if we show up on your doorstep at the beach, please let us in. We'll bring stitching and snacks. I promise. So let's get straight to the regular stitching update. I am going to try and go through this fairly quickly, but not too quickly. I have a couple of hours before I have to leave to pick my son up from his diving practice. So I think we can get through it. Surely we can get through it. I don't want to create a blockbuster film out of this, but it feels like it's going to be that way. You should see what is right here. So first, I have sort of StitchCon updates thrown in here because I had 2 finishes at StitchCon. One that I've been working on for a while and one that I actually started and finished on Saturday at StitchCon. Little tiny thing. So we'll start with the project that I've been working on for a while. This was from the Forbidden Fiber Co. Jumanji mystery box last summer. Spring, summer. This was Cross Stitch Adventure, and I finished it. I was using it as my travel piece to California, and then I was also using it for practice stitching because when my son does the higher board practice, it's at a university here in Cincinnati, and they have a place where we can watch. So I watched and I stitched, and I got so much done that I was able to finish it at StitchCon. I started this on May 21st, 2024. It is on 18 count Aida and Rainforest from Forbidden Fiber Co. Stitched with Forbidden Fiber Co. threads, all from the box. And here it is. This is finished 7 for the year. It is wrinkly. I will iron it before I put it in the box. I'll bring that in for you to see. It was a lot of fun. The variegated thread that was thrown in for the letters and for some of the leaves was really fun to work with. I thought it turned out really well. I didn't mind the borders because it was easy to fill in for travel and for practice. There you go. That one's done. I love the letters. Jumanji was one of my favorite movies growing up, and my son just watched it not too long ago, and he loved it. So this is fun. Well, there you go. I finished that on Thursday at StitchCon on June 19th. So very happy to have that one done. Knock a WIP off of my list. Of course, after I finished packing all of my things up for StitchCon on Wednesday, I had been going through all of my stuff. So I was inspired and I kitted up like 6 more projects. And then went to StitchCon and kitted up a couple more. It's fine. We're going to be okay. I can't throw this on my normal chair because there's a cat on it. That's what the floor is for. Okay, my second finish for the week is a chart that one of my table mates, Krista, found copies of on the freebie table at StitchCon, and it is a little freebie chart in the first place, but there were multiple copies out there. So it's just the pattern on this paper, but I can show it because it was free. I'm going to still hold it back a little bit. I altered the crap out of the middle of this pattern, and you'll see why in a second. So I'm going to hold it way back. It's called Life's Twisted Path from Twisted Threads, designed by Steinmetz. So it's just Ohio. Little borders and hearts, and they're little, like, I think they're supposed to be like berries, or maybe they stand for buckeyes. I don't know. But I altered it a lot. I stitched this on what said it was 14 count, but it's picture this plus, so it's really more like 16 count Aida in the color Gothic. And I used 3 skeins that I kitted up real quick when I came home one night. I started and finished this on Saturday, June 21st. The threads are 2 BeStitchMes that don't have names. They're just samples that were included in a giveaway in a Friday night fight night. And then 1 Forbidden Fiber Co. and cotton. So this is the palette. This was the fabric. You can see. And then here is my little itty bitty finish. So I put everyone's initials in it. It says Life's Twisted Path is threaded with friendship. So I took out the Ohio, moved the heart over, removed the bird, because you know me, and then added everyone's initials with StitchCon 2025 on it. We had such a good time, and I'll talk more about that, but I had to commemorate it, and I can't wait to see what everyone else does with their version. But this is mine. So I'm going to stitch this again for our stitching group and add all of their initials, and I'm going to frame them together. Love that. Put this somewhere, not on the floor. Okay. Moving on, I had one new start also at StitchCon. This is Waves Galore from the Frosted Pumpkin. I started this on Thursday, the 19th of June. I noticed in my notes I put the 9th. That's a lie. This is on a 40 count piece of mystery even weave that was in a BeStitchMe grab bag. It's still in the little hoop that I grabbed off of the freebie table because this fabric is so little it doesn't fit in any of my hoops that I had. This is what it's going to look like when it's finished. It's so little on this fabric. This is what it looks like now. Isn't that the cutest little thing? Look how small. So that Lumiere needle minder was actually a gift from Robin, who was passing out needle minders at StitchCon. I was super excited because you all know Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite movies of all time. And the little donut needle minder is a gift from Christina in my stitching group. She handed them out on Wednesday. So I've got waves. I am taking the eyes off of all of the inanimate objects because that kind of creeps me out just a little bit. Just a little bit. But it's going to be cute without it, I think. So I did the whole border, the little sunscreen bottle, and waves. If I can get back to this one sometime soon, it stitches up so fast, even on this 40 count. So I should have it finished in no time flat. So that is Waves Galore from the Frosted Pumpkin. And it's my new start for StitchCon. And it's in this really cute bag. I don't know if I've ever shown this one before. It's from Allegro Stitches. It's got the cute little polka dots on the front and then the sloths on the back living their best lives. So it's really cute. I love this little, it's perfect for this little project. Okay, moving into regular WIPs that I already had started. The first thing that I worked on was something I was talking about last week. That is my Illustrated USA map that I am filling in as I travel to different states. And everyone knows that I just went to California and finally got myself west of the Mississippi, feeling fairly well traveled. So this is what the map looked like the last time you saw it and the last time I had worked on it. And this is what it looks like now. And I'll bring it in here. This is where we're at. You can see I did decide not to fill in Texas. I decided 2 stints in the Houston airport did not count as visiting Texas. So I will fold this up and bring it in. So you can see my modifications that I did in California. So I got the state code filled in. I altered the wine bottle to look like the bottle of wine that we had with room service on our final night there because we were so tired. We ordered 3 kids' meals and an entire bottle of wine. My husband and I drank the wine. The kid only had one of the kids' meals. I had chicken tenders for my last meal in California. I was so tired. Got the Golden Gate Bridge in there, the Hollywood sign. Got the LA in there. I changed the trees and flowers down at the bottom to be jacarandas because those were so beautiful. And I had never seen them in person before. And the second we drove in on our Uber, I was obsessed. And then I put in the Disneyland castle. Just free-handed it, looked at a picture of my my view of it when we were there and just kind of grabbed some colors and decided to wing it. And then, of course, the Pacific Ocean, because we went and stuck our toes in that. There we go. California is all filled in. I think the next state that we're planning to go to is Wisconsin. We're trying to hit baseball stadiums, and I think we're going to try to go to a Brewers game in September, but that's kind of up in the air right now. We'll see. It's only about a 6-hour drive from Cincinnati to Milwaukee, so we could kind of road trip it and make a long weekend out of it, so we'll see. It's a loose plan. The next WIP that I worked on is Beauty and the Beast from MCG Textiles, the Thomas Kincade collection. This is where it was the last time you saw it. I still love working on this piece. It is so much fun. I need to put my little Lumiere needle minder on it when I'm finished with Waves Galore because it's perfect. So I'm very excited. So I am here now. I worked all the way down that side to the bottom. So this is the full width and length of this piece now. It is a blast to stitch, especially now that I've copied the pattern and I'm using a highlighter to keep track of where I am. No problems anymore. So it's looking real good. It's a lot of fun. And I wasn't purposefully leaving Beauty and the Beast blank in the middle there at first. Now I think I just am. I did fill in a little bit on her just to finish a thread because it's kind of hard to keep the threads that come in these kits separated. I know I could like separate them out in advance and label it and do all that, but that was a lot of work. So I didn't do that. I do have the bundle separated like they warn you very adamantly to do, but I just have them in Ziploc bags that I've numbered based on what bundle they are. It's pretty easy to keep track of them, but I also don't want to just be throwing random orts in there with it because then I will start to lose track. So it's okay. It's working out. So this one's a lot of fun. Every time I work on it, I hustle on it because it's just so much fun and I love seeing it take shape. Full coverage is a lot of fun, you know, it's one of those things. It speaks to me. Oh, and I should say that's on a 32 count mystery even weave, both of those last two projects. It's the same piece. I got it off the freebie table at StitchCon 2 years ago, and I'm using it for both. I did not like the crunchy kit Aida for Beauty and the Beast, so I used it for that. And then I just wanted plain white for my map, and it was perfect. And I started them around the same time, so it worked out. Okay. The next thing I've been working on is a doozy. So this is my Heaven and Earth Designs, my full coverage. This is Bath Time from Lisa Parker. This is the last time you saw it fully open. I'll show you if I can maneuver it out of here where it is now. So this was pulled for both one of the WIP Go numbers and both Stitch Go numbers this month. So I have to put in 4 days for WIP Go, which I did, and then 4,400 stitches total for the 2 Stitch Go calls. I'm at about 1,500 stitches and it's June 23rd. It might not get done. I still need to do Feather Fairy, my Mirabilia, for 4 days for the other WIP Go call. So I'm going to start focusing on that probably starting tomorrow. But if I don't get the 4,400 in on this, it's not a big deal. I can catch up in July. Our July is much less packed with stuff to do than our June was, which I'm so grateful for. So this is where this guy is now. I have been working through these columns and then starting on this one. So I've gotten about 2-ish columns complete in total this month. I did end up taking this to StitchCon and put a couple hundred stitches in it, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't too bad. I was able to focus on it and sit down and knock out pretty much what you see in this column that's complete is what I did at StitchCon. So he's looking great. Everybody at StitchCon said the same thing. Everybody says in comments online, the bubbles. The bubbles are everyone's favorite. So he's coming along. I'm going to get my stitches in on Feather Fairy and then really hit the bricks hard on this guy this month. This cat left, so I can use my chair now. And then the last WIP that I worked on, well, that's a lie. I'll show you why in a second. But the last one I had planned to work on is the 4 Seasons from Emma Congdon, Stitchrovia, from the Cross Stitch for the Earth book. The first day of summer was while I was at StitchCon, so I pulled it out to work on just a little bit. I forgot to take a picture of where it was before, but I mean, the spring section was where it was before. I was working in spring, got a little more than halfway finished with spring, maybe 75% finished, and now have moved on to summer for the season. So here's where it is now. So fun working on this bee comb, the honeycomb, the bead, all the sky up here. Really fun, bright colors. I'm amazed that I got all my counting right, sitting at StitchCon talking to people with the honeycomb, but I did it. So it's looking really good. I'm a big fan of where this is. And I did reach the edge over here where summer meets fall. So no matter what I get done on this for the rest of the summer, I will be ready to go for fall when it starts. So that's very exciting. I know several people are still working on this. I know Tan, the monogamous cross stitcher, is working on this. Abby, several other people are still working on this. And then we've got some new people joining in, which is a lot of fun. So welcome, welcome. That's a fun one because it's not completely full coverage, but it's close enough and it's easy to follow and good block stitching. It was a good retreat piece. I'm glad I took it. So the reason I said I lied that wasn't my last WIP is because I found this on the freebie table at StitchCon, and I spent so much time yesterday prepping that I didn't have a lot of time at the end of the night to stitch. So I didn't want to get bath time out and get all set up and get going on that one just to be able to put just a few stitches in it. So I pulled out this. I got this entire kit off of the freebie table at StitchCon. It's from Pine Mountain Designs. It's called Special Delivery, August 2014, which I thought was fun because my son was born in March 2014. So it's this cute little beehive, and it comes with everything you need to make this pillow, and the pillow is pre-made. So when you finish the piece, you just stick it in here. And it's done. And I desperately need more summer decorations in my house. We are severely lacking on summer. So I thought this was perfect. So it came with all the floss, and it came with 16 count aida, which is crunchy, but it's little, so I'm holding it in hand anyway, and it doesn't matter. And I put all that in last night. My husband was watching Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and neither one of us actually care about professional basketball at all. That's the only NBA game that he watched this entire season. So I tuned in and out and worked on this. Super easy stitch. Might even get it done today. It's kind of the goal, but we'll see. If I do, I will show it to you the next time I film. Which the next time I film is actually going to be a WIP parade, a mid-year WIP parade. Because I think the only things that I'm really going to be working on over the next couple weeks are finishing this, and then I'm hitting bath time hard and doing my days on Feather Fairy. So I'm not going to have a lot of things to show in 2 weeks. So I'll do a mid-year WIP parade for my next video and then save all of the progress updates for the next one. And we'll have some Christmas in July to show by then. That'll be very exciting. Yeah, here's my little special delivery. I don't have a lot left to go, honestly. Flowers and the bee, and you can see, I think maybe this is supposed to look like it's a jewelry box. I don't know. I need to research this series and see what this is supposed to be. But that's what it kind of looked like to me. I don't know. Either way, it didn't make sense to me, and it didn't mean anything to me. So I just fudged it and rounded out the beehive with the appropriate colors. I think it looks good. So just flowers and a bee, and then I'll be done. So I should be able to finish that at some point today. Granted, I sat down with it at 7:30 last night and said, I'm going to say this, and I know it's a mistake, but I think I'm going to sit down and knock this out really quick. And my husband, who is not at all a cross stitcher, but who knows, just laughed and laughed at my expense. It's fine. Okay. I think that's about it. For plans, like I said, I have kitted up literally 6 to 7 things in the last week, which is not great, but it's fine. I also decided to UFO and dekit both of my Carolyn Manning pieces. One that I had already started and one that I had kitted up to start. Desert Dawn was already started and Odin was planned to start. It's just not quite my vibe right now. Whenever Desert Dawn comes up in my rotation, I want to skip it, and I kind of groan. So I just don't think I'm ever going to stitch it. So I've set the patterns aside for now. I still have the fabric that I started Desert Dawn on. I dekitted the rest of it, put it back in my stash, and we'll marinate on it for a while. It's nice, repetitive, therapeutic block stitching, but it's just not something that I'm interested in working on right now. So for the sake of stitching what makes me happy, which is the whole point because this is a hobby, I decided to let them go, at least for now. So just FYI, if you don't see the Carolyn Manning piece in here anymore or in the WIP parade and you're wondering, that's what happens. Just not in the mood. So we've already really gone over my plans, lots of bath time. The new WIP Go numbers come out in just a couple of days, so I'll know what my life is going to look like in July where that's concerned. We talked about the mid-year WIP parade. And the funniest thing, this is funny. So my son is spending the weekend with his grandparents down in Lexington, Kentucky this coming weekend, and I'm driving him down there Friday morning. And last night, I was like, oh, when I'm down there on Friday, I can stop at that new cross stitch store and I was like, stop. I stopped myself mid-sentence. And I was like, no, I just went to StitchCon and spent an absurd amount of money and got an absurd amount of stuff. I do not need to shop for more cross-stitch things right now. So I'm not going to. But like, is that not the most cross-stitch mentality in the world? I just went to StitchCon and did all of that. And my first thought when I knew I was going near a cross-stitch store was, oh, I can stop by. We're going to show just a little bit of self-restraint and not do that. I just thought that was funny. And I knew if anyone would understand, it is you people. Okay. Oh my goodness. I have a little bit of regular haul, and then we're going to get straight into the StitchCon. We're at 27 minutes. We're doing great. Okay, the first haul that I have to show is my BeStitchMe Fabric of the Month for June. I do the mixed club, so 1 month I get color, 1 month I get neutral. If you have not opened your color Fabric of the Month from BeStitchMe for June, look away for about 30 seconds. This piece of fabric is amazing. And did I not just say on my last Flosstube that I was thinking of starting something on a dusky purple? Well, this is dusk. 20 count. Oh, it's going to be washed out. Maybe. Let me fold it up and kind of try to angle it. I don't know. That's closer. It is the prettiest dusky purple. It's going to be washed out, I think. That's kind of good. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. This is one of those, like usually I open it and I'm like, oh, that's really pretty. This one I opened and I gasped audibly. Like, oh my gosh, look at this fabric. This color is like ridiculously pretty in person. It's washing out a little on camera with the light situation. It's very bright and very hot in Cincinnati today. But oh, it's so pretty. I like ask and ye shall receive, right? Just say on your video, I would love to have a dusky purple fabric to stitch X, Y, and Z on. And it's going to show up in your mail. Very exciting. And then just a little bit of stuff that I accumulated before StitchCon happened. When we met with my stitching group, they brought some of the stuff that they were going to put on the freebie table, the members that were going to weekend be with me. So I went through it and I got some cutie little Christmas stickers, which are very, 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 very cute. Love those. this chart. She had 2 of them. And I really was trying to get somebody to get it and start to stitch along with me, and no one did. So if anyone has this and you want to stitch Tilly Goat from Teresa Kogut, please get in touch with me. Love him. Like, just, I love him. I'm not doing that border. That's boring, but like, I love him. I think I want to stitch him and frame him in such a way on something that I can like just stick him in a random corner of my house. We have a ceramic frog that gets moved around my house. It used to belong to my mom, and she had it in the bathroom. And he's like crossing his arms and looking at you real judgmental. And my husband hated that frog every time we went to my mom's house. So now we hide it random places around our house. It's a big joke. And I feel like this could be the 2nd generation of that joke. I love it. We're loving Tilly. And then I also got this Autumn Lane Beauty and the Beast. Different kind of Beauty and the Beast. But I love that. We all know I love an Autumn Lane. And then this Dimensions kit, which is a treasured time. So I'm loving, you know, that little full coverage that I'm doing with the Beauty and the Beast thing. This is a little bigger, but not like a Haid. So I'm excited to do that. So freebies there. And then the last thing was this little piece of fabric. I think it's about an 8. It's 36 count. It has like writing and stuff on this side, but it's printed. So if you turn it over, it's not there. What you can see of the writing is glare or shining through the sun. Yeah, really nice piece of even weave. Good for a little small or something. I like the splotches on it. It reminds me of Grandpa's sleeve a little bit from XG, but not. So very excited about that. Thank you, girls. I love being able to pilfer someone else's stuff. Red stitching group before the greater community gets a hold of it. So that's a lot of fun. Thank you. I don't know where to go with any of this now. We're starting to get a little out of control. That is a stitch on situation. Okay. If you need to take a break, now's the time. 32 minutes of regular update. We're getting into the StitchCon recap. I need a break. Okay. So I wanted to start off the recap just talking about the people at StitchCon, because you meet so many amazing people in the stitching community through events like these. And this one was no exception. I got to see friends that I see all the time, friends that I get to see very rarely, friends that I know on the internet, but I have never met in person. And then I got to meet a whole bunch of new people that I did not know. And it was the best time. So a huge thank you to the Keepsakes and the StitchCon team for everything they do to put on that event. It is crazy. It is loud. It is wild at times. It's a lot of people, but it's so much fun. I'm just going to pop pictures in here as I talk. I'm not going to list off everyone by name because I will forget people and I don't want to make anyone feel bad. So just know that if I spoke with you and if we got to meet and if we got to hug and we got to chat, we got to just make eye contact. It was so good to meet you. I had so much fun. I do want to shout out my table mates by name, of course. Hala and Michelle from my stitching group were with me, and then we acquired 3 other people that were just the perfect fit for our table. Jenny, who is another local stitcher that we're trying to convince to come to stitching group sometimes. Krista, who's from Illinois, she has a Flosstube and a bag making business, a quilt tube, and an Instagram. They're all under the name Quilt Church. I will try to link her below. I'm going to try to link everybody below. I don't know the character limit. We're going to see how many people I can fit in. But Krista's amazing. She fit in with our table so well. I'm so happy to have met her. And we're going to see each other again in August at Stitchin' and Indie because it's about halfway for both of us. So we each go about 2 hours, and we'll get to see each other again in a couple months. I'm so excited. And then Casey was there from California, which is exciting. She's from Orange County. So I was like, I just left Orange County. You have amazing weather. But also a wonderful, wonderful addition to our table. Loved getting to meet and spend time with her. We just had a great table. We all participated in the smalls exchange. We all played left, right, center, which was hilarious. We had a big mega group. There were 91 skeins that went to the winner. Sarah, engineer the craft, beat me. I came in second. She won that big whole huge thing. It was the best time. But just a really engaged, fun, lively table full of sweet people. And I just had the best time. I gave out tons of scissor fobs and stickers, probably about 200, because I didn't have very many fobs left at the end of the weekend. I had it all set up on my table. So people it was like a blinking beacon. People saw the shiny things and just came. And I got to meet so many fun people that way. And thank you to everyone who stopped by and grabbed one and took a sticker and took time to talk to me. I had the best time with you. And I'm really glad that I met everyone. And there were also tons of people just walking around giving out their free items. And people are so creative. I have anything that someone personally gave me, I am going to show on this video. I was selective with the stuff I'm going to show from the freebie table, but I will show everything and try to link as many people as possible below, because you took the time to make and pass out these things and you did not have to. And it was really appreciated. Everybody loves their little trinkets, and this was no exception. I do want to shout out Kathy, who reached out to me a few months ago when I was talking about Happy Campers from the Blue Flower, and said, well, I stitched that for my birthday, and it's on the 25th of every month that I stitch on it. And do you want to start it on the 25th and work along with me? And I did. And it's just in my regular rotation now, but we were sitting next to each other. Our tables were next to one another. So we grabbed a picture together with our Happy Campers. And that was so much fun. And it was so much fun to meet her and get to talk in person. She was lovely, and she doesn't live very far away. So hopefully we'll get together again soon and not have to wait until another StitchCon to do it. And then I also wanted to show this sweet, sweet human, Candy. She received the small that I stitched, my Snow Queen, and I had spoken with her earlier in the week, and she was so sweet and had so many nice things to say about myself and the channel. And the fact that she was the one who picked my piece was just super, super sweet. It was a great moment. I was so excited when she walked up to me with the bag, and I asked her for a photo with it, and she was so nice. And I'm so glad you got it, and I hope you're enjoying it, Candy. And I will show what I received in the smalls exchange here in just a little bit. It's so good. So good. And then the last thing I wanted to shout out about the people, I'm looking at my notes here so I get this right. If you've never been to a StitchCon, you wouldn't know, or maybe you do. They always have a service project that goes over both weekends. And this year, the service project was Through the Eyes of a Child in partnership with the Lincoln Heights Healthcare Connection, which is an organization that offers vision screenings and corrective lenses for school children in the Lincoln Heights area. And they had a really good presentation from someone who was there just to be at StitchCon, who was a teacher, not in Lincoln Heights, but in an area school district. And she's a special education teacher. And she talked about the challenges of getting kids tested for disabilities and behavior and things like that, and the ways that vision can affect a child and their learning, and how it can affect their behavior. Because if you can't see, then you get frustrated. And if you can't see, you can't learn. And then you fall behind. And then you need special education services. And it was just a really eye-opening talk. And she had us raise our hands if we wear corrective lenses, which was probably 90% of the room. And everybody laughed. And then she said, okay, hold up just a picture of a pattern, like just the cover, not the pattern, just the cover. Hold it up. Now take off your glasses. Look at the person across from you and the pattern that they're holding up. Can you see that? Can you read it? She's like, now think about a child in a classroom who would probably be farther away than you are from that pattern. And imagine them trying to learn how to read or how to do math, and how that would frustrate them and cause problems in all aspects if they can't read. So it was a really, really good presentation, a really good cause. Between raffle tickets and the auction items that went for sale each weekend, the 2 weekends raised a total of about $41,000 for this organization, which is mind-blowing. And like stitchers are very giving as a collective group. I know it's not a monolith, but as a group, they're giving, and they love raffle tickets, and they're competitive, so they love auctions. It was just really cool to know that between the 2 weekends, we are going to provide so many kids with the opportunity to get glasses and to be able to see and learn. And I don't know, it was just very heartwarming. And that total is only going to get bigger because there is a link in our guidebook. They had an app this year, which was really cool for people to give if they didn't do raffle tickets, or if they did and they just wanted to give more, or whatever they wanted to do, any amount. So I'm really excited, and I hope we get to learn the final total once the app is turned off in a couple of weeks, because it's just very exciting to know that we've helped so many kids just by being stitchers and being willing to give, to help them. So it was just really cool. We're going to move on, but I just wanted to shout that out because it's so important, these service projects, and I think it's really neat that they do them every year. Okay, so let's move on to the official swag that you get when you go to StitchCon. So this year they had this really cool bag. It's a cooler backpack. It's got StitchCon on it. It is sturdy. It is thick material, nice straps. I used this to haul things back and forth all weekend. It's got a really nice bottom. It, like I said, it's a cooler, so it's insulated. So very, very nice. And then also when you check in, you received a really nice wooden thread organizer. The theme this year was This Way to StitchCon, like a travel theme. So very nice. I'm going to use that with the retreat piece once I get it started. And then you also got a phone holder, which was hilarious. I was setting up everybody's table, and I had an unfair advantage because Maureen in our stitching group had gone to weekend A, and I set hers up stitching group, so I had fiddled with it. So like a little phone stand, it says StitchCon on it, but it folds down really weird. So everybody was like, how do you set this up? So very nice. I like that a lot. It doesn't work super well with my phone case because I have like a wallet on the back of mine and a little ring, but it's still handy. So that was neat. And then also when you checked in, see if I can find it without making a mess here. They had stickers sitting out in a little basket, so you could grab some stickers. So I have their little shop cat 310, who I adore. I adore 310. She's so cute. StitchCon sticker. And I grabbed keepsakes. So that's our LNS, if you're not familiar, our local needle workshop here in Cincinnati, and they put on StitchCon every year. So love all of those. Very cool. And then let's see. I also wanted to show, while I'm digging through here, at the end of the event, they always do a make and take. So on Saturday night when I left, I grabbed it and I made it yesterday. Super, super easy to put together. It's a little keychain / scissor fob situation. going with the travel theme, it says find joy in the journey. And there's a 2025 charm. And then move these so you can see this a little better. A little compass. So I made that yesterday. Like I said, very easy to put together. And then they had some stickers there as well. And they had big like signs, like there was a whole backdrop. I'll have put pictures up here, but like road signs and things. It was really fun. It was cute. Park your floss here. And then I grabbed this one that says cross stitch ahead. And I will always stop for stitching. So very, very cute. Thank you again to the Keepsakes and StitchCon team for everything you did and for all the goodies. It's much appreciated. And then just, the random things. There was a brag table. I did put 2 pieces on the brag table. So when you do that, you fill out these little cards, who you are, what the project is, and where people can find you. And several people came over to me, especially about, I put the Fab 50 Disney stitch along, my big, huge Disney piece up there. Took up like half of the table. Sorry. And so many people came up to talk to me about that. So that was fun. I had never done the brag table before. I hadn't participated. And I'm glad I did this time because it brought me to a lot of folks that wanted to talk about it, which was a lot of fun. And then I had my table all set up. I had this cute little sign I made with my QR codes on it for both YouTube and for Instagram. So people could just scan them. I had all my scissor fob set up. I had stickers. So I still have a bunch of stickers left. So you're probably going to get a sticker anytime I do a giveaway from now on. Trust me, I have a couple hundred of those left because I ordered way too many. And of course, we had little badges. Very cute. So it was a lot of fun. I had a great, great time. And I wanted to show my table gifts that I received from my table mates. Oh, also, really quick, whenever I would leave for the night, I would set up a notebook. And it basically said, sorry, I missed you. Please, take a scissor fob, all this stuff. And also, if you'd leave me a note. Let me know where to find you. And I found a lot of people, but, you're up and around. And there's so many things to do and look at. So I couldn't find everybody. Some people I saw later, stopped by the table again, or I found them organically. But lots of people wrote notes for me. So I'm keeping these. I'm treasuring them. I'm going to put them with my badge. I have all my badges from retreats hanging in my room with my stitching bookshelf. So I'm going to put these with them and keep them always. So, table gifts. I didn't take a picture of it. I should have. I gave out a little fabric wart catcher, and I included one of my stickers and a needle threader, a needle minder, and a bunch of candy. So that's what I gave to everyone in my group. Let's see. Casey gave out these really cute little pouches. It's got the little 2025 charm on it. And in it, she had a pair of snips, which these are real good, a needle threader, and some lifesavers. This made me really happy because these were my mom's favorite. So every time I see lifesavers, I feel like it's a sign from her. Because she had me bring these to her when she was in the hospital. The second she got cleared, anytime she was cleared and not cleared, it was back and forth. But anytime she got cleared, she would always text me and say, lifesavers, bring me lifesavers. So I opened it and I was like, oh, there's lifesavers in here. That's sweet. So thank you, Casey. And then from Krista, she had, I think some of it fell out, a really cool little floss wand. I always keep one of these in my stitching case. And here's her QR code. If anybody wants to scan that, highly recommend. And then she also gave us some floss drops. And we got to pick from her little stash of these little card holders. It's Olaf. You knew I had to pick Olaf. Look how pretty. It's so cute. So thank you, Krista. Love all of those. Then Hala got us all from the annex from my girl Nana Kay, who made my retreat badge holder that I always use. These cute little pouches. Really well made. And there's a felt inside, needles, pens. You can put all kinds of stuff. There's multiple pouches. And we were saying, like, if you had a really small little piece that you were going to travel with, you could put a couple skeins of floss in this and a little itty bitty pair of scissors, and you're set. Like, you don't need to bring a big bag. You can just bring the project and throw this and that in your purse, and you're all set. So, love that. Thank you, Hala. And then Michelle made these, well, she bought the cases, but then made these super cute little stitch con cases. It's a suitcase. So then this is from a Cricut, put on there. And then inside are some goodies. So a tape measure, some yummy chocolate, the aforementioned little tiny pair of scissors. These, I laughed so hard. I was like, these are my favorite needles. Thank you. Random. Got those. And then a cute little project card. Thank you, Michelle. These cases were a hit. Everybody that saw them was like, where do I get them? Where do I find them? Must have. So very, very cute. And then last but certainly not least, from Jenny, she gave out, see if I can get it, some more 2025 charms. And we're saving this for last year. A pair of scissors, always necessary. And the tiniest little stitching. Look at this. Oh, I'm taking this off of these scissors and putting it on my stitch case as soon as I'm done filming. I just wanted to show it. Look at these tiny little stitches. Oh, so cute. So talented. The eyesight, the vision, literally. So thank you, Jenny. Love that. Okay, I am shoving this all back into this bag before I start to lose this. Okay. The next thing I need to show you is my smalls exchange. This was stitched by a lovely, lovely woman named Katrina. And I saw this on the table before the smalls exchange started. I was in the first one, the white chip exchange. And I went up to put my bag up on the table and I saw this and I was like, And I stuck my bag right in front of it. My big old bag. I was like, because it looked just like this. This is what it was packaged in. So super cute keychain. This bag says, I have no shelf control. And if you know me, you know books, cats, stitching. I had to have it. Luckily, I was called early enough that I did indeed get it. So I got it back to the table and I opened it up and audibly gasped. And then my table mates looked over and they audibly gasped because inside this pouch, I don't even know how I can begin to show this with the pageantry that I opened it in the first place. We're going to try. 4 handmade bookmarks. Look at those. 2 of these are full coverage. So this is full coverage. So you can see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So pretty. This is full coverage. This is so much work. Katrina, you're crazy. And I love you for it. Like, I am obsessed with these. You don't even understand. And I was correct in what I told you. I did have to fight my son to be able to show these before he takes one. Look at them. Oh my gosh. And then this one, this last one, she dyed this fabric herself. This is the one my son wants to steal. I'm obsessed. I love this so much. I cannot handle all the work And these are thick. Like, these are well-made bookmarks. I just can't handle the amount of work that went into this. I can do this backwards. Thank you, Katrina. You're nuts. You're nuts. It's just so good. So now I'm going to have to give him that one when he gets home from practice. And I guarantee you it's going to go straight into the book he's currently reading, because readers raise readers. So I've got a little bookworm. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. The best thing about the Smalls Exchange is just seeing the joy that everyone gets out of it, because they're these little things, right? It's not like they're these big, huge, giant pieces. There's a 6x6 requirement max, but people get the biggest joy out of it. And if you don't, you shouldn't have participated in the Smalls Exchange. That's all I'm going to say. If you don't get joy out of it, don't do it, because people put their heart and their soul into these things. They don't have to do. The Smalls Exchange is not required. So, I love Smalls Exchanges, and just hearing people around the room get all excited and seeing everybody taking pictures afterwards and going around and looking at everybody's stuff. So much fun. Love that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show is my haul from the Annex. So if you've never been at StitchCon, and really at any keepsakes retreat, they always have an annex with a whole bunch of truck shows. Okay. This year, there were 52 trunk shows. 52. It was jam-packed in there, and it was wonderful. And I feel like I showed great restraint, even though I spent more than I planned to going in. But let's start with the retreat piece that was designed by Cecilia from Heart and Hand. It was so nice to meet her in person. And she actually was there helping with the team. She was in the annex helping Barbara check people out. So when I went up there, Barbara was ringing my stuff up and Cecilia was bagging my items. And it's like, this is bizarre. What is happening? But it was cool. So this is the retreat piece. It's called Kindred Friends. So it's got all sorts of things that are quintessential keepsakes. The Stitchy Bus, 310, the bell, all these StitchCon keepsakes things. Keepsakes itself is right there. And this little cat charm in the middle, it comes with it. And Barbara was telling me that they had these specially made in Italy. A company in Italy did them for them. So that was cool to learn about. And of course, I had to fully kit it up while I was there. So they had everything there together to make it really easy for you. This is from Needle Bling. This is cookie dough. I grabbed the Aida just because I wasn't sure how I wanted to finish this. So got the Aida. Whoa. And then got the Classic Colorworks thread pack. Look at those colors. They're so pretty. And then we also received in our app a freebie chart of the border that goes around it. And I don't know if I have a picture of it or not, but if I do, I'll put it here. I think I took a picture while I was in the annex. So super cute. It says "This Way to StitchCon," which was the theme. So love that. And then I placed a little mobile order. They have like little forms you can fill out if you're not going to keepsakes, or if you already went on the Stitchy Bus and you don't want to go again. And since I go to keepsakes whenever I want, I didn't ride the Stitchy Bus over. I've done it before. It's worth doing, especially if you don't live here. But I wanted to kit up Blackbird Designs Away We Ride. So I filled out the form and they picked them out for me and they sent them back over and I paid for them in the annex. So there's the color palette for Away We Ride. It's one of the projects that I was kitting up when I had my spree. I'm not doing the big border, hence why there's not a bunch of the dark. Okay. We'll have more on the future video. So I got all of those that I had them bring over. Then I bought one of the Cross Stitch the Rainbow Night Garden palette patterns. This is from Romy's Creations. Moonlight Walk. Very pretty. And they had the thread packs there, so I grabbed one of those because I've been thinking about it since Nashville. So got those. Picked up a couple of patterns. This is from Stitch Crypt. This is As Above, So Below. I love that. Then I had to get the newest blue flower. This is Sea and Shore. Cannot resist a blue flower. Then they had little needle minders. They had a couple different kinds. They had an enamel one. They had this wooden one. I had to get this wooden one of 310. The little shop cat. So cute. I had this sitting in my stitching box after I bought it for the whole weekend. I said he was my little she was my little stitching buddy. Then I went behind my friend Amity, who is the brainchild behind Boomerang Stitches and half of the Hathaway Stitchers. And I bought one of her patterns because I knew if she was there in person, she wouldn't let me. But she wasn't because she went to weekend day, so I bought one. And I sent her a thing. I was like, look what I did. She's like, seriously? So since I was in there and there were all those pretties there that I could look through, this is a tangled mess right now. It's going to be fine. I went and I kitted it up on the floss wall just by eyeballing it. So these are a bunch of almond M&Ms and Romy's Creation threads and a piece of Millennial fabrics. Not bad. So very excited to get started on that. Kitted it all up. Put it in my brand new bag that I got from my friend Krista at Quilt Church. Had to buy one of her bags and support her. These are such high quality. She uses foam interfacing, so they're thick and they're so plush and they're nice. And it's got a quote from Laura Ingalls Wilder on it that says, "Be happy with simple pleasures and have courage when things go wrong," which I think is an important little reminder right now. And then look at the back. And if you hold it away, all of her stuff has like little hidden things in the quiltings. Like there's stars on this one. My friend Michelle got one that was dog themed and it had dog bones and stuff quilted on the back. And it has a nice little handle. And this project fits perfectly down in it. So it's like one of my pride and joy snags of the entire retreat was getting one of Krista's bags and going behind Amity's back to buy her stuff. And then the last thing that I bought in the annex, my receipts are in here and stuff, that's okay, is this project bag from Lynn X Stitch Creates. Super cute, super huge. This is the, look at these little artists. I love it. So couldn't resist it, had to have it. Her stuff was right up by the registers. So it was kind of like, you know, when you're in a regular store and you're going by all these little things at the registers, only their little things were these super gorgeous large project bags. I was like, well, you got me. And purchase. So I am gonna put this back in here nicely so that I have it in one spot because I don't want too big of a mess here later. Okay. What's next? Okay. I want to go through some of my freebie table finds and then we'll save the little things that I want on other people for last. So the first thing that I found on the freebie table, and I'll include a picture of it, is the Into the Jungle stitch along from Frosted Pumpkin. And it was in this bag that was kind of like nondescript and everyone was just ignoring it. And I was like, there's something in that. So I opened it and it's the pattern, the floss card, like the floss organizer, and all of the floss and like the backups for the floss. So it's a whole kit. Minus the fabric, which is fine. So very excited. I like that pattern a lot. So I'm definitely going to do that. Then I found this whole kit, Christmas on the Beach. I found these 2 little buttons that go with patterns, but I'm going to turn them into needle minders. Cats. I especially love that little fat one there. Super cute. And then other random needle minders that I found on the freebie table. There's this. I like this one a lot. It says Peace, Love, Baseball. A little strawberry fabric one. And then a hot air balloon. So grabbed those. Then, this is one of my favorite things I found. The Bob Ross cross stitch collection. It was brand new. I opened it when I got it home. There's 12 patterns in it. DMC fabric. All things. I'm probably going to stitch every single one of these. Some of these are hysterical. You can pause and read some of them if you want to. Oh, I love it. I love it. Like, what a random thing to find fully intact on a freebie table somewhere. Let's see. I also found a Buttercup Designs, fully kitted, not Buttercup, Brittercup, basking in the sun. It's got the button, it's got the floss, the fabric, everything's here. Same thing here. Bossy threads. Floss fabric. It's all here. Same thing, DMC. Whatever this is called. London bus. London is one of my favorite places in the world. It's all here. This was on the brag table, and it was gorgeous. And I guess it's the person put the pattern on the freebie table because I was like, oh, I just saw that over there. It's Disney. It's Christmas. It's meant for me. So I grabbed that. And then I grabbed this. This is Lola Crow Monster Movie Night. I had to grab that. I love all of her things. Then the last thing I wanted to show, I'll show 2 more. First from Lindy Stitches, this is Emo Birds. I'm not a big bird person, but I do love this, and it just, I think it's funny. And then I will show this. This is Calendar Cat. It has the patterns for all of these cats. I thought that would be really fun, especially because I don't, like I said, I don't have a lot of summer things. So like I could stitch this little August cat and put him out all summer, and he's perfect. So just a few little things. And I did grab some things off of the freebie table to share with all of you. So before I get into all of the lovely things that I received from other retreat goers, maybe we should do a giveaway. How about that? Let's do that. So one of the things that I grabbed off of the freebie table is from Bent Creek. It is a full kit. It comes with the fabric and the floss. This is pearl cotton. Looks like all of it is. And it's got the buttons. Everything you need to make this guy is in here. This is Penguin Snow Globe. So you get this cute little pattern. You get, I'll open it and show you. You get all of the flosses or the, pearl cottons. And the buttons are in there. And you get the fabric. So I'm going to give this away. All of the typical rules apply. You have to be 18 because I'm going to ask you for your mailing address. You must be a subscriber to this channel. You cannot say words in the comments like winner, giveaway, contest. It brings all the trolls to the yard. So please don't do that. And keep in mind that this is no value. So if it gets lost in the mail, it's not my fault. It's not, well, it is USPS's fault, but no one's going to replace it. It's a freebie. So, but if you would like to win the Penguin Snow Globe, you are going to leave a comment with the word penguin. Penguin. I'll put it on the screen. And good luck. I will draw a winner before I film my next Flosstube in 2 weeks, which would be on Monday, July 7th. So I will draw the winner on the evening of Sunday, July 6th. That's upside down. Good luck. May the odds be ever in your favor. Okay, let's go through things that I got from other people. I tried very hard as I got things, if they did not have names, to write down names that were on name tags, just to keep track. I did not manage to do it for everything. I'm very sorry. I tried really hard. If I did not include your name when I show your piece, let me know, please, because I want to thank you again. And I feel bad. I tried so hard, but people were going in so many directions, and sometimes multiple people would come to the table at one time, or you just kind of bounce around tables, and you get to talking, and then you leave, and you've got the thing, and you're like, oh crap, who did I get this from? So very sorry. I tried really, really hard. I've also been trying really, really hard to follow these people on Instagram or here on Flosstube. Especially yesterday, as I was going through organizing, I was making sure when I could remember to go follow people. If I missed you, nudge me. Let me know. Send me a message. Say, hey, follow me, please. I met you at StitchCon, and I'll do it. It's just so much to keep track of, and I'm trying really hard not to leave anybody out. I'm also going to try to link as many of these Flosstube channels below as possible until I either hit a character limit or something else goes wrong. So I will try very, very hard. Let's get started. So I wanted to show this first because I actually have something kitted up that is completely free from StitchCon. The pattern is from La Di Da. It's Queen of the Needle / Boss of the Floss. And it was a freebie pattern in our app. I found this piece of black aida, not aida, wrong, evenweave on the freebie table. Then the pattern itself, it can be any color. Like, that's the point of it. You can do whatever colors you want, whatever combination. There are no called fors. It's just symbols. So I got 2 skeins of floss that were handed out as freebies that I'm going to use together. Look at that. That's a thing. So I'm going to use those for that pattern. I got this Color and Cotton mist dye from Jenny. She stopped by the table and gave them out to everyone. And I got this BeStitchMe silk in pistachio from Ashley when she stopped by the table. She got a fob, and I got a skein of this. So I'm very excited to do this. What a combo. So I have that all kitted up, ready to go. That is 25 count lugana, if the little card that was included with it is to be believed, which why wouldn't it be? So that's exciting. And then I'm going to go through these somewhat quickly. Please do not be offended, but I have less than an hour, so I have to pick that kit up. And nobody wants to sit here for forever and watch me yap, so we're going to go real quick. This super cute little needle minder is from my friend Fanny, Cross Stitch Couture. I really enjoyed getting to meet her and spend some time with her, and we joked that we are just each other from another country because she is from France. And I love you, Fanny. Thank you very much. It's very sweet. This little pouch came from, and I'm going to say it the way it's written, Barb Stitch Brat. Little needle minder, some lotion that smells fantastic, and some scissors. Thank you, Barb. This from Shannon, Shan Spooky Stitches. Little needle minder of Ohio. Thank you, Shan. This is from Chris Goff. Love these. Little piece of wax for your threads. Super cute. Great idea. This needle minder is from Tracy. She was at the table catty corner to ours. This little chicken. She also had cicadas because the Brood 17 cicadas are out in full force here right now. Not like they were in Sharonville a couple years ago, but in areas surrounding. So I got a chicken because I'm tired of the cicadas I've lived with them this long. Then at her table as well was Megan. Megan had, I don't know, how am I gonna, the cutest little 3D printed frogs. So I grabbed this little guy and he sat in my stitching case all weekend too. And he's going back in it. Like he's a permanent fixture, Megan. I love him. Thank you. Then Babs walked around. She has a site called 3dstitchables.com. These are great. There are so many possibilities of things I can put on this one. My son said I have to put something on this one for him because he loves green. So we'll see. But thank you, Babs. Love these. 3dstitchables.com if you're interested in stuff like this. Then I saw a post and they were all over there together. And I was like, well, I'm going over there right now because I love them. Like, hello. And that would be the Stitch Crypt, Fine Frog Stitching, and Bad Stitch. 3 accounts I highly encourage you to follow. So first of all, look at my little frog. He's so cool. His glasses do come off. But I think he's like the thing with the glasses on. He won't fit in my stitching case, but he's going directly on my stitching bookshelf. He gets a place of prominence. He's super cute. Thank you. And then they all had stickers. So here's Bad Stitch. Fine Frog Stitching. That's so cute. I'm going to put this on my little locker pattern stand that I use at retreats. And Stitch Crypt. That's cool. I love that. And then I got patterns from the Stitch Crypt and Bad Stitch. Look how cute. The Night Garden palette would work really well with these. Very, very cute. Thank you so much, friends. It was so nice to meet you in person. I really enjoyed getting all your little goodies. And then someone, genius, was walking around with fortune cookies. So it was a great little pick-me-up, and we got a fortune. So mine says, seize from every moment its uniqueness, especially this week. Well, that was very appropriate. And then Bonnie, who was at the table right behind me, had a tray of needle minders. So I got this very cute little kitty. And she gave out little thread beds with it. So very cute zoo animal themed, jungle animal themed little thread bed. So super adorable. Thank you so much, Bonnie. Love that. Everybody, when they walked away with their little thread beds, was like, oh, that's so nice. Okay, one more bag of stuff, and we've got it. We're not doing too bad here, you guys. Hour 17. We're rocking it. Okay, from my friend Kathy, who is in my stitching group but sat at a table kind of corner from us because they had a bunch of people coming in as well from out of town. I got this super cute fob. It's got a paw print on it. And these honkin' Kathy. Can people, I guess they're under 4 inches. Sounds like, can people take these home on planes? Like these are. And she's like, they're very sharp. So she gave everybody a little, basically a sheath to put these in. So thank you very much, Kathy. I don't think you even watch Flosstube, but if you ever do, thank you. Then there were still plenty of people handing out floss drops this year, which was exciting because I hang mine with my name tag on my bookshelf. So I'm excited to have more to add to it. This is from Kim. This is Lady. Look at her. She's 17 years old. I remember that because we talked about her 17-year-old dog, and I have an 18-year-old cat. These little old ladies, literally lady. Very cute. Love that. This is from GW Stitch and Depot. And it's the ultimate bobbin drop. So she makes these and it says, whips like a drop, stores like a bobbin. And that was a really clever idea. I'm not much of a floss drop or even a bobbin person anymore. I like my floss bags, but sometimes I do floss drops, and this is a really cool storage idea for when I'm not using them. So really love that. This is from Orange Tulips on Flosstube. These are from Terry, and she is the self-proclaimed keeper of the photos of her whole family. So she has all these pictures, and every year she takes one and she makes it into her floss drop for the year for StitchCon, which I thought was a great idea. So these are her grandparents. This is Bernie and Laverne. This is when he shipped off for World War II. So she said, like, this way they're not just living in a plastic tub. You know, they're out there and everyone can see them. And I love that. That's a great idea. This is from Stitching in My Pajamas. Cute little floss drop card with a year charm and a little iron. Very cute. This is from Julian Stitches. Cute little floss drop. The 20-minute stitcher, little floss drop. These are from Candace, Little Big Stitcher. I can't remember the second cat's name. I think the one is Penelope. Look how sweet. Oh, they're so cute. You get me with the cats. And then this is from Marie. She's Glitter and Jazz Hands Marie on Instagram. This is her dog, Applejack. And Applejack says, keep stitching. I set this up by my stitchy box for the rest of the weekend because number one, he's so cute. And number two, that's a reminder I need. So I think I'm actually going to like cut this out and not keep it as a floss drop on my stack and figure out a way to attach it to my stitching box permanently because I don't know, I just love him. So thank you, Marie. Appreciate that. Then we've got a floss wand from Mel of Hope Stitches. We've got some little floss drops from Crafty Kara Stitches, and these are so cute. They're teacher themed, which you know I volunteer in the school library here. So I love this. This is a really clever idea, Kara. Good job. This is from We Stitch and We Know Things. Very cute little zipper pull situation. One little gummy bear. Love that. These two I did not get names on, and I feel so bad. Let me know if it was you. I'm very sorry. Two different rulers. This one has like a little thing on it. This one my son is stealing because it's green, and that's his favorite color, and I told him that was fine. This is from Shelby, who is also in my stitching group. It's a needle threader. It's got two different ways to do it. Look over that, and then there's like a squeeze situation here. That's really cool. Thank you, Shelby. This is from Misty of Mystic Fabrics, who is somewhat local to me, not very far away over in Indiana. I need to get out there sometime soon. But she walked around and she like checked to see what fabric people were stitching on. And then she had the corresponding size needles, which I think is genius, Misty. And then cute little charm and floss ring. Like little bunny. Oh, I love him, his big old ears. Thank you, Misty. This is a needle and a little charm from Jamie. She's stitching and wishing. Very cute. Thank you, Jamie. This little bag of goodies is from my friend Caitlin. She is Stitch, Read, Repeat. So it's got some buttons and some stickers and a bookmark and some candies. Very, very cool. Nice little goodie bag. Thank you, Caitlin. There's her QR code if you'd like to scan. This is from the Pink Stitchers, which everybody at my table was like, this is fantastic. Their little tagline is keep stitching and get your boobs checked, which you should. So I'll show you. They also have their QR code there to scan. They have little fobs, and it says Rip It, and it has a frog and a spool of thread. And I will tell you, the most popular fob that I had by far, besides the Stitcher ones, which I had a ton of, were ones that I didn't make a lot of because I didn't know if people would like them. And they said Pro Frogger. And apparently I need to make a whole bunch more of those. So, but look how cute. Let me make sure you can see the little. Very cute. And you could pick your color. They had all different kinds. So of course I had to go with green because it's my favorite too. And then this is from my sister's samplers. It's a little tin. And in it is a waxer. So a little travel waxer, which is a great idea to put it in a tin like this. So thank you very much. I have a little clippy from 2 cross stitchers. This came in handy because the Ohio pattern I was doing was so little, it was too far down on my stand that I take. So I clipped it to the top. So I've already used it. It works great. Thank you. And then last but not least, in my little bag of goodies, this is from Kara. She had friendship bracelets and fudge. The most delicious fudge from your anus you'll ever have. The town. It's a whole thing. It was delicious. I had this one that was blue and it had coconut in it. And I don't know how to describe this except to tell you that it tasted the way a tropical beach smells. It was so good. And she had friendship bracelets. And the one I got says, love wins. Love that. Thank you, Kara. So I lied. There's one little thing in here. This is from Debbie Cox from North Carolina. It's a little 2025 charm. Thank you, Debbie. That was my mom's name, so I like that name. And that's it. We did it. It's less than an hour and a half. It's not. Is that a feature-length film? Disney movies are like an hour and a half. It's fine. A huge thank you again to everyone at Keepsakes and the StitchCon team that made all of this happen. Thank you to everyone that I saw there, that I met for the first time or saw, that I knew before. Thank you to my table mates. You were wonderful. You made the whole experience even better than it would have been otherwise. And it was just an amazing long weekend, and I cannot wait to do it again. And fingers crossed that we will all be back there together again in 2026. So that was StitchCon. Before that, that was my regular update. Thank you, and I'm sorry if you sat through this whole thing. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned some things about StitchCon and what they do there and the purpose of it. It's a lot more than just the tagline of bringing floss tubers and fans together. It's a community. It raises money for really good cause. And I just enjoyed it so much. And I sincerely cannot wait to do it again. So again, thank you for watching this. I love you. I appreciate you. And I hope that you are doing well. I hope you have a great next 2 weeks. You can find me on Instagram as Slone Stitches. I'll link my Instagram below. I'll include my email address below as well if you need to get in touch with me for any reason. If you're not already subscribed, please do. My next video in 2 weeks will be my mid-year WIP parade, so there will be a lot of goodness there as well. And I hope you get a lot of stitching done over the next couple weeks. I hope you do things that make your heart happy. And I would like to thank you all so much for stopping by. I will see you in July. Bye, y'all.